Illusions and realities of African youth migration. We, the African Leaders Network for Democracy, Emergence and Renewal, Bruce Leader, meeting in Accra, Ghana, with Ghanaians and African media professionals, issued this solemn appeal on the crucial issue of African youth migration. Every day, thousands of young people leave the continent, nurtured by illusions and enticed by embellished narratives of success abroad. Yet, behind these promises often lie harsh realities: exploitation, forced labor, abuse, deprivation of freedom, and even threats to their very lives. The Alabuga starts, a case in Russia, where young African women were recruited under the pretext of training, stands as a recent example that deserves particular attention from journalists. Many gray areas remain around this program, and only rigorous investigative journalism can shed light on these ambiguous, inform public opinion and help prevent similar traps. But this case is not isolated. In the Middle East, African women recruited as domestic workers, particularly in Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, or Kuwait, are frequently subjected to abuse, confiscation of passports, non-payment of wages, precarious living conditions, and physical or psychological violence. The system known as kafala leaves victims highly vulnerable and dependent on their employees. In Asia, young Africans attracted by promises of training or technical jobs in countries such as Kazakhstan or Malaysia often find themselves in conditions close to forced labor, stripped of their rights and largely invisible to local authorities. These situations, far from being marginal, reveal a troubling trend. The exploitation of young Africans through opaque migration circuits has become a dangerous norm in today's globalized world. So in the face of such manipulations, African media hold a pivotal role, and that is what I said earlier. They are one, guardians of reliable information, capable of verifying and exposing falsehoods. Two, educators of communities, transmitting clear and accessible messages. To say again, African media they have counter powers. They should be able to dismantle deceptive narratives that fuel migration illusions. Call on journalists and newsrooms to investigate, expose, and dismantle the myth surrounding migration. Radio stations, television stations, newspapers, digital media, and the rest to dedicate airtime and platforms to awareness raising. Also, community leaders like chiefs, pastors, akomfo, that's the traditional leaders, and opinion leaders. They have an opinion. They shape opinions in communities or society. So we want to relay this message in national and local languages, reaching directly into families and rural communities. That's why I said earlier that there is a need for us to use our local dialects as well. So dear media professionals, dear media friends, we urge you to become true allies in this struggle. Trapped migration is not only an individual tragedy, it is collective threat to the future of our continent. We further call for governments to be challenged and pressed to investigate dubious programs. The voices of survivors to be amplified so that the testimonies may serve as warnings. We further call for young people to be mobilized through creative, participatory, and reality-based media campaigns. We firmly reaffirm that the role of the media is to inform, prevent, and protect. Together, journalists, civil society organizations, and policymakers, as well as Nananom, we must build a united front against deceptive narratives and exploitative networks. Today, from the capital of Ghana, the Black Star of Africa, we issue this call with conviction. No African sovereignty is possible if our youths are abandoned to the mirages of manipulated migration. We pledge to continue this fight, not alone, but with you, colleague media friends, with you, Nanano, with you, Ghanaians, with you, community leaders. We pledge to continue this fight with you, the African media, as our foremost partners in vigilance, alerts, and awareness. God bless Africa, God bless Ghana, and God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you.